What up, girl? Got some fine lips, girl. Them lips looking good today, girl. I like that. What's up, guys? It's your girl Simone Nicole, and I am back. And you know what's crazy? I was literally looking at my page, and I really, real life, have not posted not one video in a year. But guess how many I've recorded and never posted? Several. The answer is several. So I feel like I got some splaining to do because it's been a very, very long time, and that's not cool because you guys are here for a reason. And I see my channel like still gaining subscribers, and I haven't posted anything in a year. So I'm back on it. I just wanted to kind of get ready and chit chat with you guys and catch you guys up on like where I am in my life a whole year later. So let's get started. So first I'm going to start off with my Blooming Iris facial serum, and this is actually made by a girl that I know on campus. She started her own skincare line, which I think is really, really cool. So everything is like handmade, and this is just, I like to put a serum under my foundation because I do have drier skin, and I feel like it just makes my foundation just go on a little smoother. And I especially like wearing this at night too. It's really, really nice. So shout out to you, AK. You did a great job. So where have I been? Well, I just graduated from college, which is crazy because I don't know, it feels like I started school literally yesterday. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's really hard to adjust to being at home. And so I moved out of my apartment and I moved back in with my mother, and there's no shame in that. Like, that was always my plan. And before school started, I was actually really, really excited to come back home because I was so tired at school. I was always so burned out. I always felt like I was spreading myself like super freaking thin, and I couldn't really like give my attention to one place. So I was just kind of lacking in every area because I had spread myself so thin. I couldn't really commit myself to one thing. So I was just really, really excited to come home because home is familiar. I'm done with my degree. I don't have to answer to anybody anymore, you know? I graduated with my degree in theater performance, and that career is very, very unsure, to say the least. And I'm okay with it because I've known that I wanted to be an actor, and seriously, for a very, very long time now. My mom knew, my sisters knew, and if you meet me in person or anybody that knows me, why did I say knows like that? Knows me? If you ever met me in person, and anybody that knows me knows that, like, or can sense that that's exactly what I should be doing. And before I graduated, I wasn't insecure at all about the fact that I didn't have an internship, because theater internships are super duper hard to get. And even when I was auditioning for them at the end of the school year, I just felt like I was doing it because it was what I was supposed to do, and it was what everybody else was doing. But I didn't really want to do it. Like, I was the definition of tired. So I moved out of my apartment, and that was surreal. The day that I graduated was so freaking real. And I moved out, and I was just laying in my bed with my boyfriend, and I couldn't believe that it was all over. I couldn't believe that college was completely done. Like, that didn't make sense to me, but college was over. And I came back home, and I was good. I jumped right in. I went directly back to work, and I don't have 2 jobs yet, but that's coming soon. I went directly back to work. I got into my regular routine as if I was on break. And when I noticed that something was like weird was when I refused to unpack my stuff. And I kept on making the excuse like, oh, I have nowhere to put my things. I have nowhere to put my things, which was true. But I had to be honest with myself and say that I think that I'm not unpacking because I'm not ready to admit that college is over for me and I don't know what I'm doing. And it hit me, not right away, probably like 2 weeks after being back. It really hit me, and it was like a lot of things were happening back to back with me, like personally, emotionally, and just when you go through a big life change like that, like I heard someone refer to it as like, up until that point in your life, everything makes sense. Like everything is planned, everything is set out for you. Like when you're born, you have 5 years, and then you start preschool, and then from preschool you go to kindergarten, and then from kindergarten you go to elementary, and then elementary to middle school, and then high school, and then college. So you know exactly what you're supposed to do. So this is the first point in life where there is no next step unless you create one. So I was trying to get my room together and get like officially unpacked and moved in, and I was going through my closet, and I have this memory box in my closet, and it's not actually a box, it's a Tupperware, like a big Tupperware bin full of my trophies from high school, from speech and debate, and different trophies and medals from like starlets and various things that I did in high school. And I ran across my little memory book, and my memory book I run across every once in a while, and it always gets me emotional because I look back on like all the things that people had to say about me and how I was, and who my 15-year-old self was. I sat down and I read it, and this time it hit me in a completely different way than I had before, because I spoke so highly of myself, about my dreams and my aspirations and what I wanted to do, and how I was gonna be this ultra famous singer first, actually, and then actor by the time I was like 22, and I'm 22 right now. I was supposed to be like this actress that was gonna hit it big and a singer, and then I was gonna settle down by the age of 27 to start my life. And I do look at that and I'm like, God, what the hell was I thinking? Like, what am I talking about? 27, I'm gonna settle down. I'm like, girl, blah. But everything else, like how full of inspiration and hope I was, and reading all of the letters, we had different letters of affirmation from different people, and almost every single person that was in that book that wrote something for me, I am not in contact with today. And it's crazy because they had such beautiful things to say about me, and it was like, we'll never stop being friends. And I realized that it's high school. I understand the logic of the fact that like it shouldn't affect me how it did, but it really did. And the reason why I feel like it really did is just because, like I said, I am better now, but I am going through some emotional changes, and it really hurt me that like these people that were saying that we were going to be best friends forever are no longer in my life, and that's of nobody's fault, like on either side. You know, you grow, you change. If you're still the same person that you were when you were 16, that's a problem, and you're age 22, that's a problem. So I understand that people grow and people change, so that's okay. But I was just really in my feelings, and so I literally sat in my floor, like literally reading this thing, crying real tears. And I think that's when I realized that I needed to do something. I needed to make a change, because I'm not a sad person. So I realized that I needed to make a change, and I needed to change things in a way that I didn't know how to. I talked to my mom, I talked to my boyfriend, I talked a little bit to my sisters, and I came to the realization that I need to stop talking to just friends, and I need to also start talking to a professional. And there is nothing seriously wrong with me, like not one thing. I am very blessed to be in the situation that I am in. I fully understand that. I just think that it's going to be really nice to just go and talk to somebody about how I'm feeling, where I am, trying to navigate this next step in my life. So I'm gonna go start talking to a therapist, essentially, just to discuss things that are going on with me, and like I said, just to navigate to my next step. And along with that, as I mentioned in another video, I've started to read this book that I only have an hour left, and I've like refused to finish it because I don't want to finish it. And I honestly think that that's that's a major thing that has gotten me out of this sort of funk that I've been in. there's a bunch of things that she talks about that have really resonated with me. And one of the things is finding a temporary role model. And it doesn't have to be somebody that's like uber successful or like even something that you want to be, but like take an aspect of something that they are, something that you admire. And if that person can be your temporary role model, then I guess that they are. And kind of a weird segue, but it'll make sense why in a second. I always like tend to turn away from things that are doing what I want to do, if I'm making sense. So for example, I have no problem watching Jackie I, but I have a lot of trouble watching YouTubers like xoxo, for example, because she's doing exactly what I want to do. And it's not me hating on her, because I'll watch her videos, but I won't subscribe. And I have to ask myself, like, how come I'm just subscribing to people like Nicole Guerrero and Carly Bible and Nikki Glamour and a handful of other YouTubers that are like nowhere near where I am, but I refuse to subscribe to people that look like me and they're doing the things that I want to be doing. And it is because of exactly that. They are doing the things that I want to be doing, but for some reason I'm not. I don't think that I like seeing things reflected to me that I want to be doing. So I'll just avoid them. Like, I won't like hate on them, leave hate comments, none of that. I watch their videos, but I won't subscribe. And I think that I inadvertently do it because I don't want to see all the time what I wish I could be or what I wish I was. And I also, funny enough, I did graduate with my degree in theater performance, but I hate watching movies. And guess what I want to do as a career? TV and film. I have no problem watching TV, but I do not like watching movies. And I do still think this is true, but I'm just too impatient. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like get to it already. Like, I want to see what happens. And so that's why I like TV 10 times more than I like movies, is because I really want to just know what happens. Like, 2 hours is too long. But I also think that it was because watching people do exactly what I want to do, and it's a little hurtful to me, like, I'm not already doing TVs and films. And I realize how crazy this sounds, but at the same time, I like that I'm like this because I'm very ambitious. I want to be working. Like, I want to be in a city where actors are doing their actor thing, you know? And speaking of cities and the book that I'm reading, it has made me now set deadlines for myself. And my professors in school also told me to do this so that I won't get comfortable, which I don't think I would ever get comfortable in Cleveland, but it's made me set hard deadlines. Right now they're like hard, like a biscuit you left out for 24 hours and didn't eat, but they're not hard like some abs on Donnie Savage. But okay, so sorry. Anyways, I kept on saying for a really long time, like, oh, I think I want to go to Atlanta. I'm pretty sure that's where I want to move. I'm pretty sure that's where I want to take my career. And I would say pretty sure and kind of, and I think so, because I was afraid that if I was telling people, oh, I'm moving to Atlanta, and then I don't do it, I would look stupid. But I'm not doing that anymore because I'm moving to Atlanta. And I have set that for myself because it's what I want to do. It's what I wanted to do for a very, very long time. The market is great. They literally call it Black Hollywood. I've been down there on multiple occasions for personal and professional reasons. And for my professional reasons, I have been told over and over again that I can be very successful if I move down there. And I wasn't like meeting with people that were like blowing smoke up my ass. Like, I was meeting with agencies, and not agencies that were trying to sign me, but people that were just talking to me, and they were like, with your education and your look, because my look is in right now, you could go really far. And that's very, very encouraging to hear. So why am I running away from something that clearly seems to be meant for me? I don't know. I'm a crazy person. So I have set this for myself in saying that I am moving to Atlanta in a year. I'm giving myself a year. Another little segue, I had the opportunity to meet a woman by the name of Raven, and she is the casting director for Tyler Perry Studios. And I was able to meet her because one of the grads in my acting program was actually a casting agent at Tyler Perry Studios, which is such a small world. I know, such a blessing. But she was telling us about this thing called Meals for Monologues. And essentially how it works is that you get like a very, very short amount of time. Like I'm pretty sure it's like 60 seconds maybe to perform your monologue, but you're doing it in front of agents, casting agents. And they're not like no who has heard of them kind of casting agents. Raven said that she goes. Every single chance that she gets, she goes. And so she's casting for freaking Tyler Perry Studios. So it's kind of a big deal. So I know for sure that I want to go down there for that. And that's coming up in December. I don't have like a for sure date of that yet. And then when I go down there, I want to apartment shop when I'm down there. So I'm setting stuff like that. That's why I say it's like 24-hour biscuit hard, but not like Donnie Savage hard. So I have a idea, but no, like for sure, like, oh, on December 14th, I will be in Atlanta from blah, 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 blah. Like I don't have that. So, but yeah, I just feel overall better about having at least something and committing to something. And I'm setting like goals for myself for savings. Sorry if I'm like blocking you guys so you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm setting a goal for myself savings wise, because when I move, I definitely want to have an emergency fund, and an emergency fund should consist of 6 months of your rent and 6 months of all of your bills that you have to have paid, just in case anything happens, you lose your job, you have unforeseen expenses, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then I want to have 6 months worth of rent just saved. I also am probably going to look into getting a new car, because my baby Bella, my 2007 Volkswagen Jetta, my pumpkin, she was really only supposed to get me through school, and that's what she did. But you know, she fickle. You know, I call her Bella during the weekday and Joanne the Scammer on the weekend, because legitimately for the first like 2 months that I owned her, every single weekend she was doing something trying to finesse some money out of me. It sounds weird, but literally she's Joanne the Scammer on the weekends. So she also has that name because she's white on the outside, black on the inside, Caucasian, you know. So since I want to save up 6 months rent, have a 6-month emergency fund, and have the money to buy a new car, and needing to like fly back and forth from Atlanta, furnish a new apartment, all that stuff, I'm gonna need to be saving and working my behind off. And I've come up with a figure about where I think I need to be, and it's a big number, as I'm sure you guys could imagine. A real big number. So since I have such a big figure in mind, I'm gonna need to start working my butt off. But again, it just makes me feel better that I have plans. I have like solidified real plans, like, and I'm working towards something. And I feel like that's what I really needed to get through what I'm going through. But yeah, guys, that's what's really been going on with me. I know it was I hope this video didn't end up being like too long, because I know that like the longer the video, the more likely people are not to watch it. But I feel like I had some explaining to do, and that's really what was going on with me. What is going on with me? But I'm committing myself to everything that I've been scared to commit myself to, because I know that I am capable of a lot more than I'm pushing myself to do right now, and I don't like that. I like to work at maximum capacity at all times. So I gotta get it together. I gotta stop being scared of things that I haven't even tried yet. And so that's this. So I'm gonna go do something to my hair, throw some clothes on real fast, and then I'll be back to conclude the video. So I'll see you in a sec. All right, guys, so that's gonna conclude today's video. I know I went from like 0 to 100, not literally 0 to 100, but all of the jewelry might kind of like catch you off guard. But something I like to do when I'm not like super dressed up and I want to like appear cuter than I am, I'll throw on like a bunch of jewelry, and then I put on this like little Chanel shirt, which is cute, and it has the gold, you know, going for looks. So I wanted to conclude the video by telling you guys like where I kind of want to go with my channel from here. And I mentioned this, I think, in one of the videos I'm uploading. This an old video. I also say the same thing, so sorry if you're hearing the same thing twice. And my channel is going to turn into being a little bit of everything, and I'm so excited because I feel like the first time that I uploaded and started everything, I was in a completely different place in my life, and I was going into my senior year of college, and I had a completely different outlook like then than I have now. So I'm excited to start this next chapter of my life now, and relaunching my YouTube channel. So yeah, girl, I love you guys so much. Remember to keep positivity in your life, because positivity breeds positivity, and we don't got no more room for no negativity in 2018 or in your life, honey. Let them know. I love you all, and I will see you all in the next video very soon. Peace out. Bye, guys. I ain't sorry, nigga, nah. I ain't sorry. You trying to roll me up.